Hi Sagittarius, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm going to be doing a general reading for you. It's from the end of June to the end of July. This is a Celtic cross spread. I've already cleared the energy of the cards and shuffled and pulled 10 cards plus a clarifier. This card represents the overall energy of your reading. Some of your cards came out upside down. That just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. And if any of the messages repeat, I'll try and catch that and let you know. I believe Spirit really wants us to get the message. If they repeat, always check your sun, moon, rising signs in case you have messages over there too. It'll just bring it all together. And yeah, if you get any guidance from this reading, if you wouldn't mind letting me know, that'd be awesome. So let me just put my camera down now that you've seen all your cards. Okay, so your first card that came out represents your current situation. We'll do your overall energy card at the end, okay? So your first card is the Two of Cups upright. This card represents your current situation. And the Two of Cups is represented by Cancer in the zodiac. So this is the soulmate card. This is a card about mutual respect, emotional fulfillment. It's a card of friendship, harmony, romance, equality, love, passion, partnership. And actually, it's funny, I say this on a lot of my readings. Every time I just pulled a daily card, I pull out a card once a day just for a daily message from Spirit, and it was talking about partnerships, and it seems like it always resonates. The daily card always seems to resonate with the sign that I do, the reading I do that day. So yeah, the Two of Cups is about engagement, marriage, love, happy couples, potential soulmates, joining forces. This card promises a strong and passionate relationship. Such a relationship brings beauty and power to life. While this can be a romantic relationship, it could also mean any such union of people, groups, ideas, or talent. The key here is the coming together of two things that creates a third thing that is in and of itself powerful, beautiful, and passionate. Okay? It represents the flow of love between two people. You're creating deep connections and partnerships based on shared values, compassion, and unconditional love. While these relationships are still in the early stages, they have the potential to grow and develop into something deeply fulfilling and rewarding in the long term. You may enter a new partnership, perhaps with a lover, friend, or business partner. You're both focused on creating a relationship that is mutually beneficial. And this card could also represent a blossoming new union based on mutual attraction. There is both a physical and soul connection. And again, this card could refer to a marriage, a proposal, or an engagement. In a business partnership, it's a sign you are both on the same wavelength and share a similar vision. Okay, yeah, a union. Harmony is in the air. You may be in the honeymoon stage of a relationship or endeavor when all seems right. This card could also represent a new stage of happiness and harmony in an existing relationship. You're moving in tandem with another person now and all is going smoothly. Again, it's either a romantic relationship or a friendship. You feel accord, mutual admiration, and goodwill towards each other. Usually this card refers to a love match, but it can indicate a partnership of another sort. So, however it resonates with you. And then what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation is the Empress card, Major Arcana. So what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation or what you're celebrating. This is a card of the Divine Feminine. It's a card of abundance, motherhood, fertility, contentment, balance, nature, renewal, sensuality, beauty, creativity is what is all represented by the Empress card. This card shows a time of natural growth. Your role is to nurture without forcing or neglecting your situation or project. Pay attention to where you are in the cycle of your project or situation and take the proper steps. There's great potential for abundance if good care is given. This could require action on your part, or it could require a time of waiting. It's a card of pregnancy. Femininity, contentment. Connect with your feminine energy. Create beauty in your life. Connect with your senses through taste, touch, sound, smell, and sight. Draw on these senses to experience pleasure and deep fulfillment. Discover different approaches to expressing yourself creatively. It could be through painting, music, drama, or any other art form. Take up a new hobby to access this part of yourself. Again, the Empress signifies abundance. You're surrounded by life's pleasures. You're in a period of growth. All you have dreamed of is coming to fruition. Offer gratitude for all that you've created so that you can continue to create even more. Venture out into nature to ground your energy. When you do this, you can reach higher planes of consciousness. When you tune in with the energy of the Empress, you will naturally take on her mothering nature. You might feel a strong urge to care for others, or you may step into the role of mother. Again, this card represents a pregnancy or a birth of a child or an idea. This card is represented by Venus and a strong feminine energy is at work in your life at this time as both a mother figure and representative of the female traditional role. The Empress is a creative force that works for harmony. She brings disparate things together, reconciling differences like a person running a household must do. This is a card of emotional control and congeniality. It also refers to your emotional and physical resources for nurturing, healing, feeding, and supporting other people. There may be a situation in your life where love and nurturing are required. either by yourself or by others. This card could indicate the way you were mothered. For the first and most significant relationship you form is with your mother. And this relationship has a direct bearing on all subsequent relationships. You're in a position of nurturing someone else or several others. Maybe you're caring for children or the sick, or you're being supportive of a spouse or friend in need. This card could also represent the desire for a pregnancy. It is appropriate for you to be nurturing now because you have the inner strength and ability to do so without depleting yourself. And then your foundation card is the Nine of Cups. It came out reversed. This card represents the basis of your situation or foundation, Pisces energy. So this card talks about, it has a few different meanings, so just take what resonates and then leave the rest. This card is about inner happiness. It could be a card about disappointment, a lack of success, a lack of accomplishment. It's a card of immaturity, arrogance, low self-esteem, addictions, a lack of fulfillment, a lack of inner joy, smugness, underachievement, arrogance, shattered dreams, a lack of fulfillment, negativity, pessimism. So gluttony. Even when it appears that you have everything you've ever dreamed of, it can still feel like something is missing deep down. Reconsider what you're wishing for and align it with your highest good. For example, you might own the most expensive home or car on the block, but you never see your friends and family and are pretty miserable. You may have lost touch with what's important to you, instead favoring the ego and chasing what will impress others. Instead of looking outside yourself for your happiness, you should search within. Success and happiness means different things to different people. Do what will make you happy. If your outside world is not bringing contentment, change your definition of success. You're frustrated that your wishes have not yet come true. Your expectations may be unrealistic, or you may not be actively pursuing your dreams, hoping they will manifest with little input or action from you. If so, it's best to let them fall by the wayside. Now's the time to reconnect with your goals and dreams and recommit to bringing them to fruition. You may need to tweak your goals to keep them in full alignment with your personal values. You may need to be more proactive in creating an action plan to see your goals come to fruition. This is a reminder not to overindulge at the expense of your health and well-being. And you got the Devil card for your environment card, and that talks about the same thing. So I would definitely make a note of that, Sagittarius, okay? Spirit is reminding you not to overindulge at the expense of your health and well-being. You may be prone to overdoing it on food. I'm just going to make a note of this. I think that's important. You may be prone to overdoing it on food, alcohol, drugs, partying, or spending. Keep everything in moderation and focus on the long-term consequences of your actions, even if they bring you short-term pleasure. Okay? This card could indicate that your fondest wishes and desires are not coming true, or It could indicate the unraveling of a happy life or a major aspect of it. This card is telling you, Sagittarius, just relax and have faith in the universe. Okay, things are going to work out exactly how they're meant to be. What's for you won't go by you. Trust in the universe. A higher power, spirit, God has you, okay? Don't get in your own way by trying to control things, is the message here. And then your fourth card is the Fool, Major Arcana. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. It came out upright. This card's all about beginnings, a fresh start, a new cycle, a clean slate. It's a card of adventure, originality, new beginnings. It's a card of innocence, freedom, being a free spirit, being foolish, careless, taking risks. It's a card about courage, travel, trust, risk-taking, openness, opportunity, potential. You're being called to commit yourself and follow your heart, no matter how crazy this leap of faith might seem. Now's the time you need to trust where the universe is taking you. Have an open and curious mind and a sense of excitement. Embrace the unknown. This card is about new experiences, personal growth. Again, that's coming up, personal growth again. Development and adventure. The world is your oyster. You did get the world card, your self-image card, number 7, but we'll get to that. It came out reversed. The world is your oyster. I want to circle this too, actually, because I think this is important. Do you know that, Sagittarius? The world is your oyster. I want you to really believe in that, okay? Use your creative mind with a dash of spontaneity to make the most of this magical time. Again, relax, play, have fun. Embrace your beautiful, carefree spirit. Connect to the energy that surrounds you. Tap into your fullest potential. Meditate if you're struggling with dread, worry, or self-doubt in your life. Be daring, carefree. You're a free spirit. Anytime you experience fear, just acknowledge it and do it anyway, okay? This card represents being at a crossroads. There are a variety of paths you can choose, and this card suggests making an intuitive decision, even if it seems illogical. This is a moment for faith and trust in yourself and in the universe. So Spirit's repeating that. Have faith in the universe, divine timing. Things are going to happen when it's meant to happen. And what's for you won't go by you, okay? Follow your heart. Embrace whatever comes your way. You're embarking on a new way of life. This may involve a physical journey, moving to a new place, starting a new job, getting married or divorced. You're beginning a spiritual path and you have absolute faith in the universe. You have no fear. You feel that everything will turn out well. You may be in touch with the intuitive realm or may simply be naive about the future. This card represents a state of openness and faith that you'll be supported in your adventures. You're out of sync with the rest of the world, but in a positive way. You may want to go out on your own, full speed ahead. You may feel isolated from the group, a bit of a loner. Your experience of the current situation is different from those around you. You feel as if you're marching to a different drummer, and you probably are. Listen to that drummer, for this is the beat of your authentic self trying to get your attention. And then your immediate future card, what's likely to happen very soon in your life, is the Seven of Wands, and it came out reversed. So the Seven of Wands is Leo energy. This is a card that's talking about fear again, admitting defeat, giving up, having no confidence, feeling overwhelmed. There's a lack of belief. It's a card of surrender, exhaustion, anxiety, worn down, burnt out. Failing to protect, losing morale, losing authority, losing control, power, respect. It represents being timid, weakness, surrendering, quitting, a lack of courage, a lack of stamina, a lack of self-belief. Okay, so this message, this is your immediate future. It hasn't happened yet, so you can prevent it from happening, because Spirit is giving you the heads up. External pressure is weighing you down, leaving you doubting yourself and whether everything is worth it. It may seem as if you are under constant opposition. You may feel ready to give up, exhausted. But Spirit is saying you got to keep fighting for what you believe in. Stand strong. Own your position. Don't change who you are just to keep others happy. You may think others are perpetually criticizing you. Maybe your family or friends are questioning your choices. You will not always win everyone over, so hold your ground with determination and courage. You may be overwhelmed by the challenges and responsibilities in your life. Rebuild your self-esteem and confidence, and have faith. Again, have faith that you can achieve what you set out to do. You may be trying to avoid conflict wherever possible, and as a result, you're backing down from your point of view too easily. Okay? This card could also be asking you to consider what exactly it is that you're defending. There's the possibility that you're wrong and you should lower your defenses. This card signifies a time of confusion. You don't know whether to hold on or back off, but Spirit is saying now is the time for firmness and decision. Even if you aren't sure which way to go, it's one of those situations where any decision is better than none at all. Okay? And then the outcome that you desire most in your situation is the Death card, Major Arcana. This is Scorpio energy. So this is the outcome that you desire most, okay? This card is about letting go. It could be a card about endings. But it's ending for, it's an ending of, it's a good reason, okay? Like quitting a job you don't like, or getting out of a relationship that you don't want to be in. It's about going through a transformation, going through a change, a transition. It's a card of release. Acceptance is coming up again. Mourning. This card represents the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. It's about going through a metamorphosis of some sort, experiencing some kind of sudden or unexpected upheaval, an adjustment, a rebirth, a renewal, a transfer, a spiritual transformation. Okay. This card represents the end of something. So it could be a job, a relationship, a situation, an organization. The ending will likely be hard, but once it's over, the cycle continues and something new will come. Okay? But again, it's a welcome closure. Ending a bad relationship, quitting an unhappy job, selling a house to get a new one. Or it could mean a symbolic death where you eliminate old beliefs that no longer work for you and that perhaps were holding you back. Death is usually hard, but it must happen before transformation or resurrection occurs. Okay? Going through some kind of transformation or change. The end of a major phase or aspect of your life. You realize that it's no longer serving you. You're opening up to the possibility of something more valuable and essential, but you must close one door to open another. You need to put the past behind you and part ways. Be ready for new opportunities. This is a time of renewal and transformation, change and transition. You need to transform yourself. Clear away the old and bring in the new. Any change should be welcomed as a positive, cleansing, transformational force in your life. There may be a sudden and unexpected change. You may feel as though you're caught in the path of sweeping change and cannot escape its effects. The massive change could bring with it a series of unexpected surprises that creates new opportunities. You need to learn to let go of unhealthy attachments in your life. I would make a note of that because you got the devil card. Okay, so I would definitely make a note of that, okay? You need to learn to, because I've already talked about that, you need to learn to let go of unhealthy attachments in your life. Break a bad habit or a pattern of behavior. Purge the old belongings, memories, and baggage that are getting in your way. Okay? So this is a welcomed change. Okay? This card represents an ending or death of a cycle. Okay? There's a need for mourning. Trying desperately to hold on to what is clearly over causes trouble. There's an example that Spirit is giving, which is continually getting cosmetic surgery to prevent yourself from looking older doesn't stop you from actually aging. The ultimate message of the Death card is the promise that new life follows disintegration. This card is all about transformation for the better. Maybe you're experiencing a metamorphosis of some sort. Patterns you once found workable are no longer effective. The old ways must be destroyed to make room for the new that is coming into being. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself. We mentioned this earlier already, is the World card. And it came out reversed, so extra protection from Spirit. So the world, how you see yourself, incompletion, no closure, emptiness, a lack of achievement is coming up again, a lack of success is coming up again, you're seeking personal closure, disappointment is coming up again, delays, stagnation. So remember, if things seem delayed, for example, if you're trying to get a job and you're not, it's for a reason. Spirit is saying, trust the universe, okay? This card is about A lack of completion, emptiness is letting you know recognition awaits. This card indicates the delay of achievement. Success is still possible, but something is in the way. It could be as simple as you refusing to accept success. It could also indicate that travel plans may be postponed. You may be seeking closure on a personal issue. You may still be emotionally attached to a past relationship and want to move on. You know deep down that to accept and embrace where you are now, you need to let go of the past and move on, which they've already talked about. This could represent the death card too. Finding closure may be an intensely personal journey and something you manage through journaling, visualization, energy work, and therapy. You may want to fulfill a big goal or complete a big project, but you're not taking all the steps necessary to get there. You may be close to finishing a goal or project, but for whatever reason, you lose focus and slack off right at the end. Re-energize and remind yourself how wonderful life will be when you get the thing you wanted for so long. I love that for you. There may be a frustrating delay in completing your projects or goals. You may need to get more creative to figure out how to touch the finish line. You're being presented with a multiplicity of choices and aren't sure which one to make. You're experiencing new facets of yourself, or you may be rejecting new ideas being offered out of fear or a limit. I feel that's another message that Spirit is repeating. Okay, you may be rejecting new ideas being offered out of fear, because they brought that up already, or a limited understanding. Now's the time to face the fact that the universe is a more complex place than you've been willing to admit. Your goals are in sight, but they may be more complicated to achieve and require persistent and determined effort on your part. And then your environment card, or how others see you and your situation, you got, I put it over the overall energy card. You got the Devil card. This is Capricorn energy. Okay, so this card represents someone in your life, or it could represent how others see you. So this card is about dependency, excess, obsession, depression, addiction, feeling powerless, feeling victimized, mental health issues. It's a card of ignorance, secrets, cheating. It represents your shadow self, sexuality. It could represent materialism, success in your career, success in your personal interests. It's a card of hopelessness, ignorance. Ignorance is coming up again. It's a card of greed, lust, sexuality, bondage, limitations, materialism. This card says don't give up and don't give your power away. Okay. Attachment, feeling trapped is what this card could represent. It represents your shadow side and the negative forces that constrain you and hold you back from being the best version of yourself. You may be at the effect of negative habits, dependencies, behaviors, thought patterns, relationships, and addictions. You have found yourself trapped between the short-term pleasure you receive and the long-term pain you experience. You're choosing the path of instant gratification, even if it's at the expense of your long-term well-being. You have been tricked into thinking you have no control over your shadow self or the negative forces, and that you can never break free from their hold. But Spirit's saying you can break free of these negative patterns and acknowledge the hold they have over you. It is possible, and it's up to you to make it happen. So yeah, this card represents bondage or addiction to a dangerous practice, substance, situation, or person. Less extreme and less dangerous, it can represent overindulgences of any sort, which Spirit's already brought up. Eating, drinking, sexual activity, staying up late. These may be unhealthy, and the appearance of this card reminds you to adopt more moderate practices. Being held captive by your passions might feel like fun for a short time, but such imbalance is never a good long-term plan, okay? Someone may be involved, but you have the ability to free yourself from the situation by using your willpower. There may be obstacles in your environment that you find frustrating, or you may feel your options are narrowing, okay? Often there's a sexual component involved that may have a harmful effect on your whole life, or there could be a non-sexual relationship that binds you and that must end before you can grow further. Reevaluate your relationship to material things which are keeping you chained. Look at whatever is limiting your personal growth, especially abusive, obsessive, or harmful relationships. Confront your fears about financial security and social and material success. Recognize and acknowledge things you don't like about yourself, your personality, your body, your behavior, your temperament. Let go of old fears, hang-ups, inhibitions, and ways you manipulate others to satisfy your needs instead of taking responsibility for yourself. And then your hopes and fears is the Eight of Wands reversed. The Eight of Wands reversed is Sagittarius energy. It's about things that seem slowed down. You feel frustrated. It's being out of control, losing momentum, resisting change, slowness, delays, frustrations, chaos, lack of energy, a lack of speed, a lack of action, slow progress, delayed or canceled travel, missed opportunities. You're being hasty, you're moving too fast and are not in tune with the energy surrounding the situation. Or you're charging ahead with an idea or plan, but you need to slow down and consider your next steps before continuing. You may miss something in your haste and be prone to making mistakes and poor decisions. You may rush into things without a clear plan. You never accomplish anything because you're jumping from one idea to the next and finishing none of them. You're resisting change. Let go and be in the flow. If you've been feeling stuck, do things different. Get the energy moving again. There may be delays concerning travel or fast-moving plans. Keep looking for alternative ways around challenges and carry out your plans. hold off your activities until the situation becomes more stable and predictable. You are aligning your resources, getting your life in order. Now you can move forward with your new plans. Movement may be unwanted, stressful, or unpleasant, such as being transferred across the country when you'd rather stay put. But Spirit is saying just go with the flow wherever it leads. Allow yourself to be open to new experiences, but be prepared. Be aware of what you're getting yourself into. Your relationships may suffer. Your marriage, business partnerships, family may suffer. You might be required to reprioritize your schedule to accommodate other people's needs. And then your future, if all is to remain as is the Six of Wands or Six of Swords reversed. Aquarius energy, this card says you're running away from problems. There's emotional baggage, unresolved issues. You're resisting transition. You're stuck in the past, returning to trouble, feeling trapped. This card could represent feeling overwhelmed, a proposal of love. It's a card of accidents in water, so be careful of that if that resonates. Floods, going through a personal transition again. There's resistance to change, a confession, canceled travel again. Spirit keeps talking about that. Delays, feeling trapped, feeling stuck. It's a card of eloping. It's telling you to look for ways to rebalance your life. So this card could indicate letting someone else make your decisions or tell you what to do. Or it could be that you're moving in the wrong direction. So be careful of that, okay? However that resonates with you, that's definitely something I would keep an eye on. Look at that. Six of Swords, instability. It could be letting you know that trouble may be coming. It's giving you a little heads up, a little warning there. Someone is rocking the boat. Someone is causing trouble. It's slow healing. You may be going through a personal or spiritual transition or a rite of passage. So Spirit has already talked about this. So you can leave behind a relationship, belief, or behavioral pattern that is no longer serving you. This is an intensely personal and private journey. You're working in isolation to make it happen. You've identified what you must release to embrace a new way of thinking and are now bringing it to fruition in your personal life. You know you need to make a change or transition in your life, but are reluctant to do so. Sometimes you have to push through beyond your comfort zone. You may be resisting change and transition because you feel it was forced upon you. Reaffirm with yourself while you need to make this transition. If you're trying to move on from the past and are struggling to do so, there may be unfinished business. Seek to resolve these issues. There may be moments when you doubt whether you are making the right decision in leaving behind your past. But this card gently encourages you forward, reminding you that you are heading towards a better future. Okay? And again, this card talks about delays, or that the harmony that you're experiencing is internal rather than being expressed externally. You've come to a new way of thinking about your life. You may be affirming your old beliefs and attitudes, finding a path that's comfortable for you. Okay? And then the overall energy of your reading is the Ace of Pentacles. That's the card on the left. The overall energy of your reading is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This card is abundance. It's coming up again. Abundance. A new financial opportunity. A new career. Success. Abundance. Promise. Shh. Sorry, that's my little Coco. Stability. This card represents building on firm foundations. Accomplishment. New beginnings is coming up, a new opportunity. Physical health. This card represents the beginning of all things. Financial new beginnings, prosperity, security. The Ace of Pentacles. This card brings with it the gift of luck, an opportunity for material gain or improved health. It's solid and grounded and represents something practical and dependable. This is the seed of good things to come. Use the energy of this moment to start a new project, make a small investment, or start a fitness program. You have the opportunity to grow something wonderful. This card could also represent the arrival of some unexpected money or material item. New opportunities, new beginnings correlate to the material world, finances, wealth, career, physical health. You may receive a new job offer, an unexpected sum of money, a new business or investment opportunity may come your way, or you'll have the chance to bring an idea to fruition. This card heralds a sense of prosperity and abundance in the material or financial areas of your life. You can truly achieve what you set your mind to. Your ideas are ready to turn into something tangible and real. Again, Spirit is saying, the world is your oyster. I'm making a note of that because put that beside your bed. You can manifest your goals and desires. You may discover opportunities to generate a new source of income or receive a financial gift or windfall, or you may have a chance to create wealth in a broader sense. This card is all about abundance in all areas of your life. So does the Empress card talk about that. This is an extremely positive card predicting success for some new enterprise that you're starting. You're planting the seeds for a new venture involving the acquisition of money or financial security. This card indicates prosperity coming to you, so be open to receive the benefits it promises. New financial opportunities, successes, new money, new enterprise, and physical and health related benefits too. Okay, so that is your reading, Sagittarius. Let me know if that resonated with you. Thank you so much for letting me channel these messages today. For you, I'm very grateful. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.